Before religion, before kings, before empires carved their names into stone, there was a presence whispered across the deserts of Mesopotamia, a name spoken not in worship, but in warning. A name etched into amulets, hung above cradles, and buried beneath thresholds. That name was Pazuzu. Travel back over 3,000 years to the lands between the Tigris and Euphrates, ancient Mesopotamia, the birthplace of writing, law, astronomy, and demons. This was a world where storms meant gods were angry, where disease was not understood, but endured. And in the hot desert winds, they believed something traveled, a force, a spirit, a bringer of famine and plague. They called him Pazuzu. Pazuzu was no ordinary demon. He was depicted with the body of a man, the head of a lion or dog, bulging eyes, 4 wings, talons instead of feet, and a serpent for a phallus. His mouth often open, as if screaming into eternity. But here is where the story changes. Because Pazuzu was not only feared, he was used. Mothers hung his image above their infants' beds. Priests carved his likeness into protective charms. Why? Because Pazuzu had an enemy, a far more terrifying force. A demoness named Lamashtu. She was said to prey on pregnant women, to steal infants, to drink their blood. And Pazuzu was the only entity powerful enough to stop her. So they summoned him to fight evil with evil. This is what made Pazuzu unique. He was not worshipped as a god. He was not prayed to in devotion. He was invoked as a weapon, an ancient understanding that sometimes protection does not come from purity, but from power. As civilizations evolved, as monotheistic religions rose, as demons became symbols of absolute evil, nuance disappeared. The idea of a protective demon became dangerous, unacceptable. And so, figures like Pazuzu faded. He became only a monster. In 1973, a film terrified the world. The Exorcist. The demon possessing the child, inspired by Pazuzu, an ancient Mesopotamian wind demon. Even in modern horror, his shadow remained. But perhaps Pazuzu was never the true horror. Perhaps the fear was something else. The idea that ancient civilizations understood something we don't. That darkness and protection are not always opposites. That power itself is neutral and depends only on who wields it. But perhaps Pazuzu was never the true horror. Perhaps the fear was something else. The idea that ancient civilizations understood something we don't. That darkness and protection are not always opposites. That power itself is neutral and depends only on who wields it. Some truths are uncomfortable. Some names are buried for a reason. But within forgotten demons lie forgotten philosophies. And as long as their stories survive, they are never truly erased. You have now heard the name, Pazuzu. Remember it carefully, because knowledge was never meant to be comfortable. The archives remain open. Join the Order. Subscribe for more forbidden knowledge.